Today I'm going to show you step-by-step how to complete an account change eForm for an employee that requires a funding change before the next payroll. So to view or update information on the USC Personnel Action Form, you must first navigate to the My Workplace Fluid homepage. To do that, you're going to click on the Choose Other Homepages drop-down button. From the list displayed, select My Workplace, and then click on the ePath homepage tile. So to search for an employee, begin by clicking in the Search for Person field and enter their EMPL ID. Then click on the Search button. So it's important to remember that some employees may have more than one record return, indicating that they have a primary and a secondary job here at the university. So be sure to choose the correct record. And then you're going to click on the Related Action menu button on the job requiring an account funding change. And then select Account Funding Change, which refers to current and future dated payroll funding changes. Okay, so the pay period effective date lookup will only show the current payroll and future payrolls. If you attempt to enter a date for past payrolls, you will get an error message. Retro funding changes are now requested using a payroll retro funding change form, which is outside of HCM PeopleSoft. So at the end of this presentation, we'll take you to the Controller's Office website to show you where you can find the form, as well as detailed information regarding that process. But let's get back to entering a new form. So now you're going to click on the Lookup Pay Period Effective Date, and then choose the appropriate future pay period. So to update the current funding, you can begin by clicking the toggle button and change the no to a yes. And then click on Select Chart String button to update the necessary funding fields. So on the Select Chart Field page, be sure to clear out as many of the populated fields as necessary to obtain the proper search results. To clear a field, you can either click in the field and hit the backspace button, or click the small X in the right corner of the field. If you know your combination code, you can enter that in the combination code field and skip the step of searching for a chart string. So in this scenario, we're going to clear out everything other than the operating unit and the account. In the department field, we're going to enter 1500. And then click on the grad program IMBA MBA, which is 150002, and click the search button. So more than one combination code may appear here, so be sure to select the correct one. Entering as much data in the search section of the page as you can will narrow down the number of search options returned. You're going to click on the combination code that ends with 5603. So always double check the chart string information populated in the new distribution section. Specifically ensure that there is a combination code at the end of the chart string. This lets you know that your string is valid. So the funding for this employee's primary job is shared with another college. In this case, the employee's pay is funded by Moore School of Business and the College of Arts and Science. So to add an additional funding row for the College of Arts and Science, click the plus button, which is also Insert a Row. Click on Select Chart String button for row 2. On the Search Chart Field page, enter the operating unit, the department, and the account. And click the Search button. So be sure to select the appropriate combination code. You'll see that two options were returned. We're going to select the one that begins with an A. The other code option begins with a C. This is a cost share code, indicating a percentage of the employee's pay is funded by a project. Okay, so before saving this action, we need to update the percent of distribution fields for the new distribution lines 1 and 2. So click in the percent of distribution field for line 1 and enter 50, which indicates the Moore School of Business will pay 50% of the employee's pay. So we're going to enter 50 in line 2 to show that the College of Arts and Science is responsible for the other 50%. If you enter percentages that do not equal 100%, the system will give you an error when you try to save the action. If this happens, just carefully review and make your change. All right, so now the account change form is complete and ready to be saved. So all we have to do is click the Save button, and the account change form has been successfully submitted for this employee and is now waiting for approval. Okay, so now let's go over to the Controller's Office website to see about retro funding changes. So you'll go here to find instructions for completing the form, as well as who to send it to. All right, so on the home page of the Controller's Office website, click the Retro Funding Changes Update section. Within this section, you will find the form and contact information if you have any questions, as well as the email address where you can send the completed forms. So thank you for joining us today, and if you have any questions, you can reach out to Cresta Stewart. Email address is Cresta, which is CRESTA @mailbox.sc.edu, or by phone at 803-777-3540.